Binda, thank you so much. It's a wonderful day here in Munich, and I hope you are all doing well as well. I'm trying to adjust camera and then we will start. Please, how are we all doing today? Hi, CA Global. You're doing great. We thank God. I'm also doing very well. Today we are going to have a very simple but delicious recipe. So you'll love it. Yeah. Please, it will be great to know where you are joining from and how you are doing. Kindly put in the chat section how you are doing and where you are joining from. It will be wonderful to know. My name is Benedicta. If you are here on Lecker Treats for the first time, you are very much welcome. And to all our returning subscribers and viewers, thank you so much. Binda from Munich, thank you so much, Binda. Hi, Esther. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. I very much appreciate it. Yeah. How are you doing, Esther? And it will be great to know where you are joining from. Yeah. Modesta from Berlin. Yeah. Modesta from LinkedIn. Thank you so much. I really appreciate all of you joining. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. We have a very simple recipe today, and can someone guess what we'll be making? I think the ingredients are the ingredients are giving me out already. So we are having a very simple recipe today. No, it's not gizdodo. You can see gizzard here. Yeah, we have gizzard here, but then it's not gizdodo. We have gizzard and we have some vegetables as well, but it's not gizdodo. I am full. Yeah. Yeah. So today we have a very simple recipe. We are going to make cabbage stew. It's my all-time favorite. I have been preparing this cabbage stew since the time I was having my first degree at the university, and it's a classic for me. And I'll be sharing with you how I make it. It's simple, it's easy, and it's lekker. It's delicious, and you will love it. So for our ingredients, we'll take you through the ingredients, and before we do that, we'll start prepping as we wait for a couple of minutes more for a few people to join. So I'll start sharing the ingredients in a jiffy. Thanks a lot. I really appreciate all of you joining. It's awesome having you here. And I hope for the ladies joining, how was your Mother's Day celebration? It was awesome for me. It was a wonderful celebration for me. I had a relaxing time at the park. Very beautiful day it was. And I had my daughter and my husband prepare breakfast. It was fantastic. So please share in the live session how you enjoyed your... Yes, Esther, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Yeah, how's your Mother's Day celebration for all the wonderful women on Lecker Treats? I appreciate you all. You are doing awesome. And there are some men who are also taking the position of being both mothers and fathers at the same time. You are also doing great, and we appreciate all of you. We thank God that he has given us the strength to do what he has called us to do, and we thank him for that. Yeah. Hi Nancy, thank you so much for joining. I really appreciate it. I'm not sure if you heard me previously. I was asking how for the women and men who are playing the roles of mothers as well, how the Mother's Day celebration was for you. Did you have a wonderful, relaxing moment? How was it? It was wonderful. Thank you. Thank you for sharing. We thank God for it. Yeah, we thank God. Hi Priscilla, thank you so much for joining. I think I presume you are joining from Hamburg today. Yeah, so today we are going to make a very simple, yes, Priscilla is joining from Hamburg. Today we are going to make a very simple cabbage stew recipe, and for this recipe you can use any vegetable of your choice, but oftentimes I use let me get my ingredients close. Oftentimes I use this cabbage here. If you live here in Germany or in other, come on, yeah, so these are the vegetables I'll be using today. What did I have for lunch on Mother's Day? I had a brunch, so I was really filled up before lunchtime. It was brunch. I took it around 11 a.m. prepared by my kid and my oldest daughter and my husband. And then I took the roll, the chicken wrap that was shown on Lecker Treats, I think on Wednesday. Yes, it was amazing. I had it around 2 p.m. thereabout. It was so delicious, and I hope you get to give it a try if you haven't yet done it. It's so simple to put together, and the recipe is quite short as well, and you require just a few ingredients, so it will be wonderful if you could try it out as well. Yeah, so for the cabbage stew today, we'll be using cabbage, and I was talking about the type of cabbage I usually use. It's not the type we normally use for salads. When you go to the grocery section, thank you, Casta. Yeah, when you go to the grocery section, you find out that they have this cabbage that is quite hard. It's tough to cook, and it's always best to make your cabbage stew when you are using this, because it will stay in the stew for quite some time. If you use the one for salads, it will go soggy when you use it for your cabbage stew. And I like to have a crunch to my vegetables whenever I make vegetable stew. So that's the main reason why you do not want to use the cabbage for salads for making your cabbage stew. I also have here some bell pepper. If you want to have it bright, you can use half of the yellow one, half of the green, and half of the red. If you have just one type available, please go for it, use it. And I have some carrots here. I also have some green beans, which I'll be adding to it, just a handful of it that I'll be using. So you can use as much vegetables as you prefer, and you can also use the vegetables you really like to enjoy. Yeah, so that is it for our vegetables. We also have some onions. I'm using just 3 of this. We'll be peeling it and working on it shortly. I'm using one of the red onion, which I'm going to put in half in at the beginning and half at the end when I'm adding my vegetables, so that it has a crunchy bite to it, and it also gives the vegetables a lot of flavor. These 2 onions, will be blending it, and we'll be seasoning our chicken with it. We also have some pepper. I have just 2. This one is not hot at all. It has a very nice flavor, but it's not hot. But the Scotch bonnet is quite hot, so I'm using just 1 of that. And then I'll be using about 5 cloves of garlic. If you do not like garlic, you can use about 3 cloves for it, because of the amount of stew we are making today. So if you don't like the taste of garlic, you can just use 2 or 3 cloves and it should work fine. And for the ginger, I'll be using just about a thumb size of it, and that should be around 20 grams of ginger if you are weighing it. So that is it for... No, we have one more meat we will be using, but I'll be combining it with sausage, chicken sausage, because this is chicken gizzard. I'll be using chicken sausage as well. And as we all know, when we are going to season the gizzard very well, and then we fry it a bit before we add it to our stew, so it's going to be a bit tough to chew, and this is quite soft, so I want to have a bit of blended texture to the stew. You know, you have a crunchy bite to the vegetables, a tough bite to the gizzard, and then we have a soft bite with the sausage we are using. When you are making this for kids to enjoy, please increase the cooking time of the vegetables, and also please do not use gizzard, because most kids do not like to chew on it. You can replace the gizzard with chicken breast. You can totally omit adding anything. You can just use your sausage for the stew, and it will taste absolutely delicious. So let's get started. And as we prep our ingredients, please, if you have any question, you can ask. Let's keep this live session interactive, and kindly give it a thumbs up. It helps a lot for YouTube to recommend it to other people. Also, please, if you've not subscribed yet, kindly hit the subscribe button, and also turn on your notification. It's the bell at the side of the subscribe. Kindly turn on the bell button, the notification button, so that you are notified whenever new videos are uploaded every time. So I'll begin with we'll begin by peeling our vegetables, and then we get it ready to blend. Yeah. Let me try to adjust. I'm trying to adjust the camera so that you can see what I'm. And the best part of this stew is that you can have it with your rice, with your potatoes, with your chips, with your yam. If you if you get a chance to buy yam from the African market, you can enjoy it with it. It's so delicious, so delicious. So I'm beginning by peeling my onion, and then we'll cut it up to blend. If you have the powdered onion, you know, sometimes you do not want to. Yeah. Yes, Binda says that his potatoes will do. Yes, absolutely. Go for it. Yeah. and it's quite cheap as well. So if you love potatoes, why not? And you can also have it with plantain. If you like to have plantain, you can enjoy this with it. It goes really, really well with it as well. So we are done peeling our... Exactly, it's easy to get potatoes in all grocery shops. Very, very easy. Especially when you are living in Europe. If you live in Africa, then you can have yam to be quite cheap, as a cheap alternative to potato. Yeah, so we didn't finish going through the ingredients. I'm trying to peel this, and then we'll season the chicken, and then I take you through the other ingredients as well. Because I'm using chopped tomatoes for this recipe. I'm not using the fresh ones. I'll be blending my pepper together with the onion and garlic and ginger to marinate my gizzard, and then cook it. And then we'll be adding the stock to the stew. But if you are using fresh tomatoes, you can add the pepper to it and then blend everything together. So we are done with this. We'll chop it up and then place it into the blender and blend everything. So we'll be chopping, as I said earlier. I missed the message. Yeah, please, if you ask the question. Hi everyone. Hi EKG. Hi EKG. You are very much welcome to today's cooking session. We are making cabbage stew with gizzard, vegetable stew with gizzard and sausage. Yeah. So in goes my onion. I'm using 2, and then I'm adding my pepper, my cloves of garlic, and then I'm chopping up the ginger into smaller sizes before I add it to it to blend. Yeah, and then I'll be adding about 100 ml of water to it, and then I blend everything. Yes. So I'll be using this to blend I'll be fixing this blender on this unit to blend. If you've not seen, I made a review on this unit. It's the Kenwood system. It's a Kenwood multi one. It's really, really, really effective. It has a juicer. It has a juicer. It has a mincer. It has a mixing and a dough hook. It's awesome. It has a food processor as well. I have a review on my channel. So if you go through the playlist, there is a playlist called reviews, I think kitchen equipment reviews, and you'll find it there. So I'll be using that today. Please excuse the noise as I blend this. So we are all done. It's quite fast. We'll be pouring our gizzard into a pan, and then we'll start seasoning it. So this is our gizzard. You can, I think this is around 700 grams of gizzard. You can use any amount you want. And as I said previously, you can totally omit using it. I found out that when I get my meat from the butchery, the Turkish butchery here in Germany, it's quite cheap. So I normally buy a lot whenever I go grocery shopping. I also go to that Turkish butchery and buy a lot, and then I divide it into the quantity I will need per meal that I prepare, and then I bag it using the freezer bags I usually get from IKEA or Kaufland, and I place it into the refrigerator so that I can make use of it. I normally go there once a month and get a lot of stuff from them, and it's efficient for me. I don't have to waste the time of going there almost every time for it. Unless sometimes I run out of it and then I don't have the time to go there, then I get it from any grocery store that is close to me. And you can get the cow tribe from that place as well. So we poured over here, this is it. We poured the chickens, the seasoning that we already prepared, we poured it here. And we'll be adding thyme, dry thyme to it. You can add about a teaspoon of dry thyme. Yeah, no, I was previously going to the one that is at Hauptbahnhof, but there's a new one that that is at I've forgotten the name of that location, the street, but it's quite close to if you are living here in Munich, it's close to yes, it's on the Bajuwarenstrasse. If you live in Munich, it's on Bajuwarenstrasse. It was opened not long ago, I think about a year and a half ago, and they have amazing stuff. If you want to have a review, or if you want me to record a video going to that shop, butchery, please comment in the live chat and I'll be glad to do that. Yeah. So if you live here in Munich, you can go to that store. They have, their produce is always fresh, very, very fresh. Yes, it's close to Neupelach Centrum if you live in Munich, very close to Neupelach Centrum, and the street is Bajuwarenstrasse. Okay, Nancy, I'll be glad to record it. I'll do that and upload it very soon. Yes, I'll do that. And their produce is... Thank you, Casta. I'll do that. It's always fresh. It's always fresh. And especially when you go there a day before it's a holiday here in Germany, if you do not go early, you wouldn't get anything to buy. They have a lot of customers as well. And if you love fresh shrimps, you cannot go there every Tuesday for it. So I added about a teaspoon of dry thyme to it. And then I'll be adding Exactly. Okay, I'll do that. I'll be sharing with you where I get my stuff from. I'm glad that you like it. So I'll be adding about a teaspoon and a half of salt to it. If you like to use how do we Maggi cubes or any type of seasoning, please add it to it at this time and then reduce the amount of salt to it. Sometimes I do, but most often I don't. I rather use salt and the other natural seasonings that I have added, like the dry thyme, the onion, ginger, garlic. They are very good at seasoning your meat and fish um, when you are making any recipe. So I've added some salt to it. I'll give it a stir and then turn on the heat. I'll be cooking, because we are recording, I'll make it quite high. But if you are making it at home, please cook it on medium high so that it takes a time to cook. And before that, even if you are cooking it at home, allow it to season for at least about 20 to 30 minutes, not on fire, not on any heat, so that the seasons it can really marinate the gizzard very well before you cook it. For the purpose of this live session, we'll just mix everything up very well, and then we cook it. Yeah. So if you want to know where I got it from IKEA. It came together with this as well as that. And I love it. I love the fact that you can clearly see what's in there when you are cooking. Yeah. So as we cook this, I'll take you through the remaining ingredients that we need. I already poured the dry thyme here, so we are good to go. If you want to get dry thyme, you can, it's in Germany they call it Thymian, but if you live in an English speaking country, it's a thyme, Thyme, and it looks, I should have showed you before I poured it into it. On our next live session, if I happen to use thyme, I'll take you through it. And it has a very fragrant aroma to it. And we also need curry powder, which we'll be adding at the end. When our stew is almost done, we'll be adding the curry powder to it to give it a nice flavor as well. And we need some tomato paste. If you live here in Germany, it's called Tomatenmark. Yeah, we need just about 100 grams of that. For the curry, just a teaspoon of curry powder will do. I'll be leaving all the ingredients, detailed ingredients list in the description box after the live session. I'll do well to do that. And then as usual, salt to taste. Just add as much as you want. And some cooking oil. I'll be using about 100 ml of oil, not too much. And if you, in case you find out that you need more, please go ahead and add to suit your taste and preference. Yeah. Last but not the least, we need some, I'm using 2 cans of chopped tomatoes. And because we are having a live session, I already cooked some. Here, it's over here. I don't know if you can clearly see how it looks. Yeah, so that is it. It's cooked. I placed it on medium heat and allowed it to cook for about, I think, 30 minutes. So it's really cooked. We don't have to waste much time after cooking onion and tomato paste. We just add this and we are good to go. So that is it. This is what we have. If we were not having a live session, I would have preferred to blend some fresh onions in addition to the tomatoes and allow it to cook for the individual flavors to marinate for some time before I add my meat to the stew. But because we are having this live session, I blended all the amounts of onions that I needed. I blended it to season the gizzard, and then it will be cooked by the time we are done, and then we'll add the stock to the stew. So that is it. So I'll place this away, and then we'll begin working on our vegetables as this is cooking. The reason why I wanted us to work on our veggies, we could have started cooking the stew, but then because I want to fry the gizzard a bit, I'll be using the oil I fried the gizzard in to cook our stew. And as we know, the gizzard the oil will take on the flavor of the gizzard, and when we make our stew with it, it's going to be very fragrant, very delicious to eat. Yeah. So now we can start working on our vegetables. If you were wondering which type of, excuse me, if you are wondering which type of sausage you should buy, this is the type I normally buy, not the brand. Hi, Le Maestro. We are having vegetable stew today. This is our vegetables. We are having vegetable stew with gizzard and sausage. So we seasoned our gizzard. It's cooking over here, and the fragrance is just too much. It's irresistible. Yeah, so we have our gizzard in here. It's cooking, and we'll be preparing our stew. But before we do, I was just talking about this sausage. You can get it from any store. I think this is turkey. Yeah, this is turkey sausage. Yeah, and it has, this particular type has garlic in there, so it's well seasoned. Yeah. I think I'll cut that before we work on our vegetables. And I like to cut them into smaller sizes. You can easily find this in any grocery store. You can find it in Lidl, in Aldi. I think I bought this from, yes, it's just too much. The flavor is awesome. It's on another level. So we'll be cutting this into smaller sizes so that you can enjoy it, into mouth bite sizes. So please, if you like making cabbage stew, kindly share in the comment section how you the type of, yes, you can absolutely do without the meat part. You can just use vegetable seasoning to add vegetable seasoning to your stew, and then go ahead to add your vegetables, and it will be awesome. You can totally skip the meat part of it. So this is how I cut it. We'll be frying that as well before we add it to our stew. Yeah, as I was saying, if you love vegetable stew, please share what you, if you love to make it without any meat, if you love it with meat or fish. Sometimes you can also use yes. You love it. Sometimes you can also add, use fish in making this. Usually it's best to fry the fish a bit before you add it to your stew when the vegetables are almost done cooking, because you don't want the fish to break apart. We're almost done with the sausage. So we'll be setting the sausage aside to use later. Now we can go ahead to work on our vegetables. Just a quick check on our sauce on our gizzard, and it's cooking very well. This is how it's already beginning to look. This is how it's looking. Very, very beautiful. So we'll let this cook for about maybe 10 minutes in total, because we'll be frying it and then we'll be adding it to the stew as well. So not for long, just to have it well seasoned. That's the main reason why. So I'll be cutting this cabbage for you to see how tough it looks. I've already washed all the vegetables. This is how it looks like. It's quite tough. See the individual layers, it's quite tough. It's thick and hard as well. You can use, it's always best to use this for your vegetables stir fries. It's really good because it has a tough feel, and it can handle the amount of heat you use whenever you are making your stir fries. So that is how it looks. Compared to the other ones we use for our salads, those ones are quite thin. And you can cut this into any shape of your choice. Just that you may end up cooking this for long. Please, if you have any yes, exactly. If you want it very crunchy, you can just cut it a bit bigger, and then you decrease the cooking time as well. But then it's always best to cut it into mouth bite sizes, so that you don't have to be biting on the cabbage as you are eating with your fork or the knife. Yeah. Once we get all our vegetables ready, we are good to go. It wouldn't take long for us to put our stew together. gizzard is almost done. So I think for the cabbage I'll be using, I just used about 3/4 of the size that I had. This is what is left. Now I'll be peeling the carrots a bit with this. Makes life very, very easy. And you can cut it into any shape or size of your choice, just to have it a little bit fancy in there. If you know that you'll be making it for kids to eat, then please cut it into smaller sizes. I love to feed on carrots whenever I'm cooking. Please, if you are a woman on this platform or a man who loves to, I'm doing very well, Priscilla. Thank you so much. I'm doing very, very well. If you love to eat a huge amount of the food you are preparing, all in the name of tasting, please indicate it. My daughter always says I love to say I'm tasting the food, I'm tasting to see if it's well done, but then I enjoy an enormous amount before it's all done. So our gizzard is done. And this is how it's looking like. We have the stock. This is how it's looking like. Oh my goodness. Please hold on, I'll show it to you. I'll take it out and then let you see how it's looking like. Yeah. Or perhaps I'm the only one who is guilty of that. I guess I'm the only one who is guilty of that. So this is how beautiful. Oh, Casta, I'm not sure you love to only taste. So this is how our gizzard is looking. It's all done. Looking very, very good. So this is how our gizzard is looking. Isn't it beautiful? Very, very beautiful. Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, so this is how beautiful our gizzard is looking. We'll be setting it aside and then we'll fry it now. And then we'll save the stock to use later. So I'll be placing some oil over here for us to for us to cook fry our gizzard and our sausage. This are green beans. It usually comes in a 500-gram pack. And for the green beans, it's good to cut this portion, both ends, before you cut it into your preferred shape or size to use for your stew. Yeah. So our pan is almost hot. We'll be using just a little amount, about 100 ml of oil to it. And in case we need more, we can always add a bit more when we are making the stew. So the last vegetable we'll be adding is the green, the bell pepper, because it's very. Hi Prudy, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. So the last vegetable we'll be adding is the bell pepper, because it doesn't take long to cook. And as we previously indicated, we want to have all our vegetables very crunchy. So that's the main reason why. I think our oil is almost hot. You can even use broccoli for this stew. It's also very delicious. So for the bell pepper, I'm using half of each. I'm using half of the green one and half of the... Yeah, Casta says he remembers Fruity for the nice rolls. Yes. So we have Fruity from Fruity's Kitchen here. And please do well to check out her channel after this live session. She's an awesome cook and you will love her recipes. And we also have Betty's Kitchen as well here. Please do well to check out Fruity's Kitchen and Betty's Simple Kitchen if you are watching, and you would learn a lot from them. They are awesome cooks. They have baking recipes, cooking recipes. It's awesome. You love their channels as well. So please do well to check them out after the live session. Subscribe and check out the amazing recipes they have. So our oil is hot. We'll be adding sausages. It goes in. Did you hear the sizzle? Yeah. So we'll be frying this for just a couple of minutes and then we take it out. And afterwards, we fry our gizzard. I need to keep my bell pepper in a separate plate. And yeah, Pretty says thanks to Kasha. Yeah. So a happy Father's Day to all our fathers joining from Germany. It was Father's Day on last Thursday. So wishing all fathers happy Father's Day. We love you so much. We appreciate your work you do. And we pray that you grow old to enjoy the fruit of your labor. Yeah, so a happy Father's Day from Lecker Treats to all fathers. Because the sausage we are using has it has garlic as part of the ingredients, it's so fragrant, very fragrant, very fragrant. You're welcome, I am full. You're very much welcome. So we are almost done with our vegetables. We have to cut our onion and then we are good to go. Please try to, whenever you are frying your sausage, try to keep an eye on it. Hi, Joe. Yeah. Yeah, try to keep an eye on your sausage so that it doesn't get burnt. And please try to resist yourself from this time onwards. Just trying to taste the sausage and trying to taste the gizzard. Please try and control yourself. Yeah, Joe, please, may I know where you are joining from? It will be good to know. I think you joined from Frankfurt the last time. I'm not sure if I'm right, but I think you indicated Frankfurt on one of our live sessions you joined. So in a few minutes, yes, it will be ready in no time. Please indicate if you are joining from Frankfurt. I think I remember you joined from Frankfurt the last time. So we are almost there. Yeah. So for the sausage, it's done. We are almost done. It's good to be taken out. Very fragrant. I think I'll use the other spoon to take it out. So we are taking out our sausage. Please, if you just joined today, we are making vegetable stew with sausage and gizzard. Oh, that's wonderful, Joe. Thank you so much, Prudy, for sending Joe to us. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Rudy. Thank you so much. So you see how awesome Rudy is supporting Lecker Tree. Thank you so much. Please do well to support her too. So we are done, all done. I had a few falling. It's quite hot. So next we'll be adding our gizzard. Yeah, that's our gizzard. We'll be adding it. And please be careful at this time because it can splatter everywhere. So we'll also be frying this for just about 3 to 4 minutes, and then we take it out and begin our stew. We'll use the oil for the stew, and then we are good to go. So as I always say, it's time to taste it. Perhaps it's not well cooked. Fantastic. That's how the sausage is looking like. It tastes delicious. So as we wait for our gizzard to be done, we can just wrap up chopping our vegetables, and I'm using the red onion today. You can use the white one. I'm using just the red onion to for chopping to add to our stew, and I use the white one to season the gizzard. You can use any type you have, and it will be fine. So one tip I've been using at the kitchen which helps so much, in case you are cooking and you have you are frying and you have some oil on your skin, just from frying, from any hot oil or any if you are cooking soup and a little pores on your skin. Because I don't have any first aid at my kitchen, the best thing I use is oil. A bottle of oil. I get a bottle of oil, and then I just pour a bit on that portion which had the hot oil or hot soup or stew pour. I just apply a bit before at that moment. It serves really great. You don't see any indication of burns there. If I wait a while before getting Vaseline or any type of first aid, you usually see the mark there. So you can also try it out just as an immediate first aid in case anything of that sort happens. But of course, the best is to stay away from it. But sometimes it's irresistible. They happen. Our sausage will be done soon. We have our onion, we have our bell pepper, we have our beans, green beans. Everything is going on well. You can also use wheat flour. Oh, that's awesome. Just to apply it on that portion, I guess, Nancy. Okay, so you see, it's always best to join our live sessions. Nancy says that in case you experience any kitchen hazard, you can also use wheat flour. So, you know, sometimes it's best to use what is around you. And as I was just speaking, I just noticed that I have wheat flour at my disposal. You see? Fantastic. And you don't get such free tips. Oh my goodness! you don't get such free tips from anywhere else. I'm so, I was being tested. And as I said, the best thing to do is to run for your life first. Yeah. So our gizzard is done. See how beautiful it's looking. It looks yummy, but I'm resisting myself. So we'll take it out and then get our pan ready to use for our stew. So we are all done. So this is it. This is the goodness we are going to use for our stew. It's not enough, so I'll just add a little bit more oil to it, but not too much, just a little bit. It smells really, really good in here. It smells very, very good. So we have our oil just a little bit more in. And then next we'll be adding half of this onion just to allow it to saute for just a couple of minutes. And the reason is that as we place it in for it to saute, the oil picks up the flavor of the onion as well. And it makes your stew very fragrant. So we have half in there. And then we'll be using our tomato paste. In case you don't have tomato paste available, you can also use just fresh or chopped tomatoes and it will work fine. The only thing is that the tomato paste gives it a vibrant color. That's the only reason why I use it. And we are going to cook this until it begins to clump together. If it doesn't clump together, it means it's not well cooked. So we are going to stir and cook it until it begins to clump together, and then it means it's done. So we are not cooking the onion until it caramelizes. We just want to have this look to it. It's fine now. We'll be adding our tomato paste to it. And this is about 100 grams of tomato paste. I'll leave a detailed list of all the ingredients in the description after the live session. So once the tomato paste is well cooked, we'll be adding our tomatoes. In case you don't have this tomato already cooked, you'll spend like 30 minutes to 45 minutes cooking your stew, getting it to be well done. So this is actually a lifesaver. It cuts down cooking time tremendously. We are almost done. And because of the live session, I'm cooking on high heat. But if you are making it for yourself at home, it's always best to use medium heat. if you just joined, we are making vegetable stew today, and we are using gizzard and sausage for it. If you do not like meat, please omit using it. You can use only the vegetables, and in addition to vegetable seasoning, which you can get in any grocery shop, and it will enhance the flavor of your stew. So our tomato paste is almost done. It's beginning to clump together. I got this pan from IKEA, and I also got this pan also from IKEA. And I noticed that this one has the base of it is quite thicker than that. And when you are using this, thank you, Casta, thank you so much. And when you are using this one, it tends to bend faster. So please, in case you plan on getting this from IKEA, that is a con for it. So we are done with the tomato paste. We'll be adding the tomato sauce to it, which we already cooked. And we'll be adding our seasoning as well. So this is the seasoning we have. Yes, oh, that's wonderful. IKEA, Priscilla says she likes IKEA. I like IKEA. Before the lockdown, you would have found me there almost every week. I love it. I love to go there. I get a lot of home inspiration. And I even made a video on that, on Lecker treats. I think you'll find it on our playlist. It's kitchen tips and home reviews. I think one of those, it's in our playlist. And I also enjoyed filming that as well and putting it together. It was one of the videos I've made that I really enjoyed doing and editing. Previously, yes, the candle is very fragrant. Some time back, I had someone asking me if I tried, how should I put it? If I sometimes when I'm editing videos, if I find I find myself wanting to eat it. Initially, no, that wasn't the case, but now yes. Yes, Priscilla, it smells really good. So it's kind of I need to really resist myself when I'm editing videos, you know. It's not an easy temptation. So I'm not adding much so that it will get cooked faster for us. Then I'll increase the temperature as well. Because we had salt in here, please be mindful of the salt you add. It's always best to taste for your salt when the stew is about to be cooked. Yeah. So we cover it and allow it to cook for a while, and then we add our vegetables. It's as simple as that. I allow it to cook for just a few minutes. As we all know, our tomato sauce is already cooked. Tomato puree cooked for a great while before we added it. So it will cook for just a few minutes, and then we'll be adding our gizzard and sausage, and then we can add our other vegetables. And we'll be done in a short while and be eating it. Yeah. So as we cook our stew, we can clean up a bit. So see how beautiful our vegetables are looking. They look wonderful. If you just joined, we have cabbage here. We have some carrots. We have some green beans, which we chopped. We also have onion, looking so beautiful, and green bell pepper, and the yellow one. If you have the red, please do well to add it to it. It will look so colorful and pleasant to the eye, and you find yourself already satisfied at the look of it. You can't wait to have it all. Yeah, so that is it. So we are all set. We are just waiting for everything to cook a bit so that the tomatoes will take on the flavors of our chicken, of our gizzard stock, and then we'll add the vegetables. So sometimes when you add your vegetables, you find you need to lower the temperature a bit so that it can take a while for it to cook. But sometimes you may be in a hurry, and in that situations, if your stock is not enough, you can add just a bit of water, and then you would have to taste for the salt at the end as well. So now I think I'll be adding the gizzard to it. And then, so this is how the gizzard is looking after frying. Looks really nice. Then we have our sausage in there as well. Looks really good. That's how it's looking. Yeah. We can add cabbage. If it wasn't for the live session, you can leave this to cook for maybe about 4 to 5 minutes before you add your vegetables. But we want to get things going quite fast, so we'll be adding our cabbage. Then we add our carrots and our green beans. And this is a balanced diet. If you are someone who do not like taking your vegetables, it's so delicious that you can have a lot in one go. You can even have it without any side dish, any rice, any rice or any yam or potatoes. So we are almost done. We are mixing everything together. Just a couple of minutes for the veggies. I'll increase the temperature now. A couple of minutes for the vegetables to cook a bit, and we are good to go. I'm adding the remaining half of the onion. We are good to go. And I almost forgot, we should have added our curry powder before adding the vegetables, but we can add it now. It's okay. Just about half a teaspoon of that should do. If you want it very fragrant, then maybe you can use about 3/4 of a teaspoon, but this is fine. So our cabbage stew is looking, our vegetable stew is looking very good already. I increased the heat, so in just a couple of minutes it should be all done and ready to be enjoyed. The next thing we'll be adding is bell pepper. And you can make this and keep it in the fridge. In a regular fridge, you can have it in the fridge for up to a week. If you have a deep freezer that is anti-frost, you can make this in a large batch and keep it in it. If you have the type that is anti-frost, I've tried and tested it. It works fine. So we are done. I'm going to get a pan, a bowl to dish this out, and then I show you the final look of this in just a minute. It smells really good. Yes, I am, for it's looking really inviting. Yes, it is. It is. So we'll be dishing out our stew. Thank you, Binda. Thank you so much. We are all done. We'll be dishing it out. And just take a look at it. Is it not beautiful? Just take a really good look at it. I'll place it in this. So if you have someone, it tastes really good as well. Very good. We didn't need any extra salt for it because we already placed enough salt in the gizzard stock, and very healthy as well. Yes, it is very healthy as well. So if you have, in case you have a visitor coming around and you want to prepare potatoes or yam or rice and want to have everything in one bowl and not having to make salads, this is a great alternative. This is a great option for you. So when you are done cooking, it's always best to allow, when you dish it out into a pan or a bowl to keep in the fridge, it's best to allow it to cool down completely before covering it and keeping it in the fridge for storage. If you cover it before immediately and place it in the fridge before it cools down, it's going to go bad. So that's the main reason why it's good and best to allow it to cool down completely before you place it in the fridge. So we are done. This is our final look. This is how it's looking. Yes, this is our final look of it. We have our gizzard in there, we have our sausage, we have our carrots, we have our green beans, and what else? We have our bell pepper. Yeah, So this is how beautiful it's looking. I'm not sure if you can see it well. And it looks very presentable as well. Just imagine offering this to a visitor, or in case a friend of yours has given birth and you want to surprise them with a meal that they can keep in their fridge. You can also make this for them. It's very healthy. They'll be glad you made it. Yeah, so that is it. We are done for today. And I think I will take a taste of the stew, especially with the sausage and some carrots. Then we know how we did. It tastes really good. Very delicious. Very delicious. It tastes really, really, really good. It's really, really good. Thank you so much for joining today's session. I really appreciate every one of you. Please, kindly, thank you so much, Ayanfo. Thank you to everyone, to Nancy, to Priscilla, to Modesta, to Prudy, to Betty, all those who watched and didn't share any feedback in the live session. I appreciate you all. You are all awesome. Thank you so much. I appreciate it. Yeah. And we hope to see you again next week in another live session. Another simple, easy, and lekker recipe. So until we come your way again in the next one, if you have a question, you can please do so. Ask in the live session. If not, we'll come your way again in another live session next week. Thanks so much, Nancy. Yes, my regards to your family as well. Thank you so much. So until we come your way in the next one, yes, same time. It's same time next week, 4:30 p.m. CET, Central Eastern Time, and 2:30 p.m. GMT. Yeah, 2:30 GMT. Yeah. So until we come your way again, please do share the link with your friends and families as well. It will be great to learn from each other. Yeah. And wishing you all a good week as well. Yeah. A fruitful one as well. Yeah. Thank you so much. I appreciate all of you. And see you in the next one. Bye. We have a very good I have a really good video coming up this week. So please look out for it on Lecker Treats. Yes. Have a blessed week. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye.